All right, guys, welcome back to Jack on Tracks. There's a new episode. We're going to start getting some dirt on this thing. We're going to get dirty. I got two things of dirt here. One, this is straight out of my backyard dirt. I cooked it for about 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours. I forgot how long. I did it for a long time because I want to make sure any critters that was in it ain't in it no more. So that's just straight out of the ground and run through a couple of screen sieves. This one is actually the same dirt, but I mixed in about a cup of unsanded grout. I went with a color that looked like dirt, and it's pretty dark. So I'm gonna try a little bit of that somewhere, maybe in there, and we'll see how that looks, and then we'll go from there. But all right, first thing we're gonna do. All right, I mixed up a thing of 50-50 Mod Podge. It's 50% water, 50% Mod Podge. I didn't add any alcohol to it. Some guys recommend you put alcohol in there. Some guys say you don't. I will tell you that I have added alcohol a lot of times to my solution. Even my my mix that I drizzle on, that's got a good amount of 91% alcohol in there. It breaks the tension like it's supposed to do. There's a little bit of soap and there's a lot of alcohol in there and water. And I think the alcohol kind of just gets it to dry faster and it helps break the tension. So my wife went to the dollar store the other day, got me one of these little bad boys. I think that's going to be pretty cool. I think that's going to work. What I need it for. You know, definitely breaking down what I'm getting out of there. Might be a little bit too fine, but it's going to work for what I need to do for now. I can always go back over it later. So we're just going to take this 50-50. I'm just going to brush it on. I taped up the front. I'm still making a mess. But I taped up the front a little bit. Anything that does run down, and hit the tape. All right, let me, there it is. I don't know why my rags all wind up on the ground, but they wind up on the ground. All right, a little excess off there. My little spray bottle. All right, this spray bottle is 50-50 water with a little bit of, just water with a little bit of soap and alcohol in it. I'm just going to spray it on there. Just so it gets in there. I've never done this before, guys. There's a lot of firsts on the show. And me putting dirt, real dirt on something is definitely a first. All right. I'm just going to come back over here. All right. Come back in here. We're going to dirt this whole thing. This whole train board is going to get loaded with dirt first. And I'm going to try something. I saw another YouTuber do it, and I want to give it a shot. I usually use wet dry sandpaper to make my my parking lots and my roadways. But this kind of looks, this is going to be like a rural kind of setting, kind of thing. I'm going to try. Back to here. Gonna be kind of like a rural setting kind of thing, kind of really rustic looking. I'm gonna put the dirt down in that area, and then I'm gonna come back in with an airbrush because I got a cheap airbrush with some grimy black or some asphalt black, and give it a shot, see what it does. I'm gonna see how this works a little bit. I'm gonna put a little bit of this down. A couple of areas where I got a little clumpies going here. I'm gonna give it a little soak down with this. This should get in there. Huh. All right, so we're gonna let this dry up a little bit, and then we'll come back in here and we'll hit this with a little vacuum cleaner and vacuum up all the excess. Actually, I'll try sweeping some off with I have a nice big brush somewhere around here that I was just using. Try giving that a little brush out. Well, yeah, so we'll do that. I'm just going to pause it up for a moment, and then we'll come back to it, and we'll get back down to it. All right, guys, so we're back. Tape this up a little bit more. I'm going to try a little, see if I can break, because I'm getting a lot of surface tension here, apparently, so. I'll put this on, and over here, we're going to put in the unsanded grout. So let's give that a shot. I think that little bit of soapy water added to the soap, added to the glue, is doing wonders for it. I know, right? You gotta admit, this definitely looks like cocoa. All right. Right now, I'm not really a big fan of it. I'm not unhappy with the color. I think I got too dark of a color. I think what happened was I didn't want to go too light with the color, and I went too dark with the color. I'll put that over there because I don't think I'm going to use that again. And I touched it right here. Don't do me like that. So we're just going to leave this for now. Give it some time to set up. And then we'll come back and give it a little vacuuming. But yeah, that looks like it should be in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Just kind of hoping that the little bit of red would make it pop a little bit, like Pennsylvania dirt. But I don't know. I'm gonna try just a little bit of this, see what happens with this. Yeah, I hate this bubble. All right, I gotta do something. But all right, so we're gonna let this dry up a little bit, and then we'll come back and we'll give it a revisit. I might come in here and vacuum it up, or I might actually come in here and wet it down and then soak it with a little bit of the glue. Yeah, only time will tell. All right, guys, we'll be right back. All right, guys, what I did was I went upstairs, I changed out this bottle, I got rid of all the soap that's in here, and maybe a little tiny bit of soap in here. but this is like 50-50 water and 90% alcohol. What I'm liking about this is that the alcohol is definitely evaporating quicker, but it's breaking that surface tension. It's not really disturbing the stuff too much. It's actually going to work pretty good for this grout. That's going to dry by itself. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to kind of flood this area a little bit with my cement. And this is this might be 3-to-1, or I might have thickened this up a little bit. But yeah, it's definitely soaking it up better. That's for sure. See some of the areas where it kind of dried up a little bit. But yeah, it's getting in there. It's probably going to take a day or so to dry, but we'll find out. Yeah, we're going to let that soak in there. And I guess that's supposed to just dry up by itself and cure itself, but we'll give it a look. All right, guys. Gonna let it dry. So it's gonna be 24 hours. It's gonna be like 2,000ths of a second for you guys. Be right back. All right, guys, welcome back. I saw how the other side was drying in a couple of spots, and I like the color. I'm not really feeling that Hershey's chocolate brown, so because that looks almost like that, and I'm not into it. So we're just gonna get this done, so we can get it done. Yeah, once that hard work got done, we're moving forward pretty quick now. That's what I want to do. I want to get this moving pretty good, because there's going to be a bit of a pause, unfortunately, because I need to put some funds together to cover the buildings. So that's what we're going to do. Maybe we'll build a couple of cars. I got a bunch of car kits, so maybe we'll build a car kit. Like I said, I was thinking about the giveaway. I was thinking about doing a car kit giveaway, car giveaway, doing a loaded car, doing the giveaways. That car. Oh, jumping ahead of myself here. Get back in here, start slapping this on. Like I said, this is a 50-50 mix of Mod Podge and water. I got a little bit of soapy water I added in here out of my spray bottle, which I just changed to straight water and isopropyl alcohol. I think that's going to do me a better. It's going to do better. So we'll let's just work in this area first, and then we'll move down. That's that. Kind of wanted to leave that edge a little cleaner than I did, but I didn't. Now I'm gonna make a little mud. But you know what I'm gonna do here? I make mud. I'm gonna do this side. Make mud in the middle. How's that sound? Sounds like a plan. Yep, this is going to get done. Going to sit for 24 to 48 hours because I got a little procedure going on tomorrow. By the time this video comes out, I'll be long recovered. But going to take me down for a little while. So I don't know if this is the right way or the wrong way of doing it. This is just my way of doing it. No. If you have a better way, go with it. Yeah, this screen is a little bit finer than the screen that I I originally did this with. So it's filtering out even finer. This is actually even finer out than it was before. So a little heavy right there. So here we go. Let's get in here. We're gonna be done. Son, it's gonna be done. I've seen someone actually did the same thing as I'm doing. They thinned down the Mod Podge, two quarts of Mod Podge to 1 part water. That's one way of doing it. This is thin. So if I ever do this again, I'm going to do this again shortly because I'm going to do that other scenery thing. Yeah, I'll try that. I'll go a little thicker on the liquid in here. So. Yeah, we're gonna darken this up a little. It's a little too light in there. It doesn't really matter because that's gonna get ballast with some cinder or whatever sticks. But all right, so that's that. Just put the lid on this, and then we're gonna come in here. Spray bottle. This is just water. This is straight water and alcohol. I'm actually digging the way this came out. Yeah. Hey, everybody. That's my wife. Say hello, wife. Oh, yeah. That's that. And let it dry. I think that's going to be it. Let me give it one little more shot. we'll call that what it is. Done. So yeah, this is pretty much what it's going to look like. We're going to when this dries up, hopefully within the next 24 hours, I'll come in here with I got a little bucket head shop vac on the floor over here. Actually, pretty cheap to get at Home Depot. It's actually good for doing this stuff because it's small. It's the size of a 5-gallon bucket. You know, you got not in the way like a big unit is. So yep, I think that's it. We'll be back in a little bit. Hey guys, welcome back. I just can't sit still, so I just came downstairs, and standing isn't bothering me. Just came downstairs to take a look at what's going on here, and it looks pretty good. I kind of was expecting to have to put a second coat down, so that's what we're going to have to do. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my medium down. There's a couple of spots where the dirt didn't stick, so I really don't care if it's smooth because it's going to be like a kind of, like I said, it's a farm supply place. You know, I'm going to go with it not spending a ton of money on paving their area. I'm going to go with it probably got paved once and they've been bluestoning it ever since. So we're just going to let that spread out. A couple in the areas that didn't really come out good. And then once this layer dries down in here, I'm gonna come back in here and basically flood everything. The front piece over here that I flooded, it's stuck down real nice. So I'm gonna go with that's what I need to do. So let me get out my shaky shake. Put a nice coat on it. I want it to be a little heavy on the, oh, not that heavy. That's okay. It's not gonna stick down. We're gonna come back and probably throw a little bit of that on top. I'm gonna come back and you know, wipe this off a little bit again, and then probably come over it one more time for a light dusting and spray it down. I'm using, this is the 91% alcohol, 91% alcohol with a little bit of water in it. Next time I'm just gonna go straight alcohol. I want to soak in a little bit, travel a little bit more. So, all right. Come over this side. This side actually did pretty good. There's only a couple of spots over here. I think I really got a little, a little overzealous with the glue. So I think I put a heavy coat of glue over here. Spread in there a little more. I don't know what I'm doing. I just go get swept up anyway. But yeah, there's really nothing really that bad. A couple of spots maybe. That area in there dried way too dark. So I'm not going to use that grout stuff unless I figure a way of lightening it up a little bit. Hopefully a little bit of alcohol is in there helps this gets this to dry a little bit quicker. It did pretty much dry overnight. front did come out really good. And so we're gonna let this dry, and then we'll come back in when this is all dry, and I'll flood this with my mixture. This says 3-to-1. I think I cut this back down to 2-to-1 last time I made it. I might have forgot to put a little soap in there, so I might put a drop of soap in that, and then we'll come in here when this dries out. I'll mist it out with I'll vacuum it clean. I get as much loose off as possible, and then I'll look at it. I'm pretty sure this is going to be the final coat of this on here, and then I'll get it as clean, as won't have it. Try to get not any piles in here, and then I'll flood the whole area down. Let it sit overnight, and then it should be good after that. So yeah, we'll be right back. So guys, we're back. I peeled the tape off before, and I looked at it. I'm like, I gotta give this a little dusting to even it out, see some spots. But in nature, there's wet spots, so it really kind of blends in. Not bad. So I soaked it down, and it dried up, and this is the way it dried. It looks pretty decent. I just went over it with the shaker. I just shake a little bit of dry over the top of it, and took a big paintbrush and just swept it in a little bit. So, boom. It looks good. I would have preferred a little more evenness like it did on this side. This side came out really even. But I think to do that, I'd have to re-soak that entire side down with the glue. And I really don't want to. It doesn't really need to. And it's nice, too, because some of the heavier rock came out and out around the edges, which is perfect because that's where I'm going to put, greenery. We have a parking lot here, little road, and then the rest of the building is going to be over here. So, and I also came through here, sprinkled some of the dry on top of this, kind of lightened it up a little bit. Now it just looks like dirt, mud. So it's workable. I'm going to build a berm, stop back here. Just going to cover that end. Looks good. I'm going to try doing a little weathering down this track. I really don't like this yellow, this red. It looks like crap, but I don't know why they sell it, but they do. Looks like boxcar red. It doesn't look like rust. But yeah, that's it for this part of it. Like I said, I got to put some cash together, and I did a little pre-planning. I got from another modeler using paper templates. I got a little crazy. I made some in 3D. That one, the Sunrise feed mill, a little too complicated for me to make that in 3D, but I made rendition of the State Line farm equipment. I know, Thunder Mesa, don't hold this against me, but kind of use your idea. But it's all done by hand. They got a little ramp. See how it's going to look. This is the dimensions of the footprint of the Sunrise feed mill, give or take 1/8 of an inch. But this gets me laid out. I was contemplating putting the overhang on this side, because there's doors along here, but and there's a loading dock, and then there's doors along this side. 4 or 5 different pictures online show the loading dock against the tracks, the doors against the tracks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this puppy around, because it gives me more loading docks over here. I can get at least, if I got this correct, I can get 2 40-foot boxcars lined up with the doors, which is the way you would have it. And then I'll build a loading dock ramp to go over there, and maybe connect it into this, because this is part of the state line farming equipment. So I haven't decided. I might move this closer to the tracks a little bit. But if you saw in the AnyRail drawing, parking lot, road come back over here, and whatnot, I actually thought about putting a grain silo over in this corner, but that would be kind of lined up with this, because this is kind of a grain loading thing. I don't know, bro. I live on Long Island and not in the farming area, so I'm not going to overstretch myself. So that if I build a loading dock over here, this will move out probably about that far. Be a narrow loading dock, and it'll come over here, and then I'll fit this into here, so it'll all look kind of like one loading dock. That's basically it. I picked up the throws, so I think my next video is me going to be putting in the throws, installing the throws in here. This track is not isolated from this line. This is both on blue. I bought a powered throw for this, thinking that I should run power into here, so I'm going to hold off on putting that powered throw in here because it kind of kicks it out a little bit more into this area. I'll definitely use it somewhere else. And then, yeah, I think my next video is just going to be me getting these in place, getting these set to where they need to be. And so I'll try to get, my next video is going to be me getting these in place. And then I'll start do a little more figuring out with this and maybe start doing the basic scenery in there. It's going to be a little bit, this isn't going to stay brown. I'm going to do some scenery over here. I'll do some grass work up in the front. And then maybe I'll ballast these two front tracks. I'm going to leave these unballasted until I've run this a few times, just in case for some ungodly known reason I got to rip one of these switches out and rebuild the switch. I don't want to deal with the ballast, so I'll leave these two lines unballasted. I'll get this ballast done, so at least it looks somewhat in place. And guys, it's here. The package is here. This is the 50th subscriber giveaway. The rules are going to come up shortly, if they're not already up. And basically, next few videos is going to be us building this as the giveaway. We're going to do a car load, we're going to make a car load on it and everything else. But stay tuned for the surprise of what's in the box, because that's going to be the unboxing of this. All right. As always, I really appreciate you guys watching. I really appreciate you guys commenting too. As you can see, that when you guys do comment, I try to comment back. If you have any questions, I try to answer them for you. Yeah, that's really it. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for liking. Thanks again for subscribing. And as always, catch you later.